All right, welcome to another Devin Shoulders video. This is something I call a travel pack. Let me get off the screen. This is something I call a travel pack. What the purpose of this is hi first of all. I wanted to introduce this idea. Hope everybody's doing well. I wanted to introduce this idea before somebody connects the dots on it because I actually haven't seen anything like this anywhere else. There's no like gospel pack for the Kronos or like sound pack that you can sort of travel with on the Kronos. Like primarily, typically, if you have a Kronos and let's say you're going somewhere that there is a Kronos available, but you don't have yours, how would you bring that there to that venue and still have all your stuff that you need without it taking a super long time? So the load time for my particular pack is 4 minutes, and I'll get to that in a minute, which is, okay, it takes 2 minutes for the keyboard to turn on and then 4 minutes for the thing to happen. But when you have the packs loaded, everything is already going to be like right there. You can just click it and, load it as you need to. But yeah, so the purpose of this is if you have access to a Kronos and you need a pack to like load in, you want your own sound so you can be comfortable in what you're playing because um, sometimes the Kronos doesn't have the best, like, readily available sounds, or maybe you have an MKS and all that. This includes all that. We'll get to that in part two as far as what's actually in the packs once you get them loaded. In this video, I'm going to go through loading them and the process that you should follow when loading them. So, first of all, let's start with the screen. So this is how my keyboard is set up. This is the sounds I have. I'll make a whole like separate video about my packs, but so when you go to the like say stranger's keyboard, to make sure that you load everything, press disk first on the buttons. That's the button I just pressed, and then you'll see disk up here. Um, you press save, and then hit save up here, and then go down to PCG and press set all, and then press OK. Like, yeah, press OK. And I'm gonna I already have it named, but I'll just like put today's date so you'll know what it is. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna save the actual house board or wherever you are so that their stuff doesn't get lost. This is very important. Do this first. It's done quickly and then it's right there. And then you can go back to that and load their stuff back in once you're done, because it may involve like sort of, you know, like presetting your stuff in for the meantime for the performance. Okay, so now you when you download this, it's going to go on your flash drive. You have to make sure that the formatting is FAT32. There's going to be options to format the drive, and you can set it as FAT32 if you don't have a Kronos available on your computer. And once you do that, you'll be all set, and then it'll be in the right format to put it in the board. Now, it takes about 30 minutes in terms of download speed, but once you upload it, it only takes 4 minutes to actually, when you get there, it only takes 4 minutes for it to upload on the keyboard. And I'll exemplify that in the video right now. Hold on. So what you're seeing the download speed of, make sure it's your flash drive, and you're seeing the download speed of the actual pack that you hit. So you hit copy. Actually, let me start over so you can clearly understand what I'm saying. All right, so you plug in the flash drive and make sure that your like flash drive that it should say like, it might say like no label or something like that. I forgot what the the default thing is for flash drive. Hold on. It's RDD. It's going to be RDD, and then you go down to the travel pack, and then you hit copy. You can rewind this if you need to. At the top drop down menu, and then paste it to the actual hard drive on the board. And this is the process that might take a little time, and I'll be talking while it is. It takes 4 minutes. You can see that over the course of the video. About 2 seconds per percentage if you're looking at it right now. The convenience is once this is all loaded, you won't have to really do anything else that takes that long. And then the process of actually like getting access to the packs is going to be, very, very simple. It's not, there really is not much about this that's really complicated because I'm walking you through it. But this is probably the longest part. Now, one thing I will say about this part is if you have to already like start playing and you don't want to sit there and wait for the keyboard to load and maybe you're running out low on time, make sure that before you do that you're set to like some kind of sound that you can do in the meantime. Like right now, I think this is an upright. Just make sure that you have like a sound that's available. I probably should have said that first to play while you're waiting for it to load. So like, they wouldn't even notice you're really doing anything because the music's still going. So they're like, why isn't there no sound? Now, yeah, if you're not set on a sound that's loaded, that's going to be a problem because you can't really do anything until this is loaded into the board. Because unfortunately, technology-wise, we're not to a stage where USB, I think by 4.0 and above, it'll kind of be possible to do that because 3.0 actually did get close, but it was starting to cap playing straight from a flash drive, so you don't even have to load it in the board. But we're not quite there yet on USB speed, so you still have to load it on the actual hard drive of the board in order to play it. Okay. So just like you're just playing for the until this is loaded, and I'm just going through this so you can actually see how long it actually takes. And this also includes a song drive, meaning it's something to utilize click tracks, which you're like, people typically use their computer. The advantage is if you're in a situation where you have a Kronos only and you want a click track, and let's say you're flowing in worship or something, or let's say you're flowing with a singer and you want a beat to start, and all you have is a Kronos, can I still do it? The answer is yes. There is and that's what this pack includes. You can still have like a quick click track access. There's a couple things you have to do, but you have quick click track access while utilizing only the Kronos. If you don't have, like maybe a second line to plug in your keyboard or your computer or something. Or let's say your computer, here's the thing with software. While this is loading, this is the perfect time to talk about it. Sometimes software will update. Oops. That was the video. Hold on, let me turn that off. All right. Sometimes with software, it will have moments that it'll update in the middle of the performance, and it's a pain, where. And the thing with hardware is you don't have to worry about that. So you don't have to worry about the keyboard just randomly updating. So it's really more reliable to use the hardware route to utilize click tracks. And also in the Kronos, the quality is also better because it uses the straight up wave. Like in order to get to that same quality with a laptop, you need a sound card and all that. And sometimes it's more confusing, especially if you want to get things done quickly. That's the advantage of once this is loaded. This loads everything. This loads the click tracks. This loads the patches. This loads everything. Will be done after this 4 minutes is up. This is also loading the XF Grand. Okay, see, now it's done. So I did that on camera for a reason. All right, let me pull this back up. All right, now just the actual screen. So once it's loaded, so okay, yeah, you load it in, and let me see, go here. So you open a travel pack. Go down to where it says PCG, the blue one. You load it. And this is why I said to make sure that you save everything that was originally on the board when you first got there for whoever was playing before you, because when you load all this stuff, um, you might have to clear, like everything because it's below 2 gigabytes for the RAM purposes, and you press OK. Okay, that took about a good minute. And then just hit this, press load. This is just to clear the sampling data. Um, okay, now there's nothing else you need to do. Well, okay, well we'll get to the click tracks later, but then you're gonna see this screen. Hold on, let me go back a little bit. All right, then you're gonna see this screen, and everything's gonna be there, like this, and the first patch right there, that's piano one, very popular. Um, I got this a little out of order. I got to fix it, but and then on the second fader, I have strings. Do I? Hold on. It's a pad. Hold on. Well, I mean that works too. Noble pad. Okay. And in this particular case, the dark blue means that it's split. The light blue means that it's by itself. I need to put the XF by itself, but again, this is a beta. I'm just showing you generally what the purpose of it is. So yeah, you can run the bass. And that's all from loading it in only 4 minutes, plus a few other things. But it's very convenient. So, and then yeah, you have EP1. The chorus and all that stuff is already added, so all you have to do is click on it. Same with that. Okay, EP2. All right, XF. That's the XF piano, which is great for church. And also other styles of music that need a piano. And no, the S90 is not actually in here. I need to change that name. That's just the XF by itself. All right, so this is actually a special. It includes like a organ, a realistic sounding organ for good for talk music. And you can change the vibrato with the pitch bend. Yeah. Okay, so Yeah, that's that. So as far as the actual click tracks, you can go to sequence mode if it's loaded up exactly. Did it get everything? Oh yeah, it did. It's just okay. It's called. Everything's already loaded here as well, so you don't have to go to this. But well, actually, no. Yeah, you do have to go to this the first time. You go to preference. The reason you have to do this is so that they'll set as like loops. Um, don't let that confuse you. Hold on, I hit the wrong button. All right. So you go to preference, and then you make sure that fourth box is set to 8, the number 8. So where it says loop all tracks, make sure M1 through M8, and then it'll make sure all these tracks are good. And then once you do that, just go back to set list, and let's say you want to play like Believe for it or something. And then you just press start, stop where the sequencer is, the button on the right side of the Kronos below sequencer, and there you go. So like, that's the advantage of the sequence mode, is that you can literally like loop in some of these other patches, and all your stuff is already set. You don't even have to do anything else. So let's say if I wanted to go to now, the I guess if you wanted to call me out as a disadvantage is that you can't sing remain a song, but however you can do this. Go to another song and hold the note from the other song if it has like a sustainable sound, which is almost the same thing. So if you wanted constant sound, that's the way you could do it. Now in that case, the track is basically the same. That does work with another so if you have a sustainable sound like that does work on other types of songs. So, and then like say if it's for a rise, you can immediately start it and see how the sound then stop. I went blank on the chords. So that's a couple things you can do. That's mainly the bulk, and there's other songs like there's general patches that you can do. Uh, Say if they're just doing worship, you can come over here and you hit the arrows, and that kind of covers any song. My bad, I got lost in that one. But yeah, you can do like a lot with this Kronos, and this is just like by itself. Like you don't really need a computer. But this is what I wanted to show you. You can just like load this in quickly, and if you have access to a Kronos, like you don't necessarily need to bring yours because I know that it's kind of heavy. If there's one there, you can load this into a Kronos, and it's just readily available. It takes about 4 minutes. Now, how do you put everything back? We're gonna go over that right now too. So, first, you'll see why I do this. First, go to global, and then hit KSC auto load. Take a little minute. Take a little longer. I kept the keyboard on. Now everything that's not yours is going to be highlighted. That was originally in the keyboard, and then you just hit do auto load, and then once that's done, that really doesn't matter how long that takes because by the time you're loading everything back in, you're already done with your concert, so it's okay. Now go to disk mode. Now you know all this stuff is already loaded up there and it's gonna be there when you turn the board back on. Um, Go to disk mode and go to wherever you saved their PCG in the beginning of the video. In this case, I saved it in Staples. Yeah, saved it right there. Then you load that, and it's already going to be clicked on all, and just hit OK. So usually it'll just be right on the front where you would want to save it, so you can quickly get to it when you load everything back on. All right. And everything's back to normal. If you rewind to the beginning of the video, this is exactly how everything looked. And all the sounds are there and everything. Nobody's gonna get mad at you because they wouldn't even know that you did anything different because of the important step of saving, making sure you save the house board, the person who was on before you, making sure you save that to the hard drive of the board or to your flash drive and keep that in. Now here's an extra step. Now this is if you care. If you're going to be kind of sensitive about your packs, make sure you take your packs off. Go back to disk mode. This is if you like absolutely care about this. Now you don't have to do this if you don't care that they have your the sounds that you use. Then okay, but most people would. If you want to take your stuff off, or in this case mine, take your drive out first. Take the flash drive out first so you can assure that you didn't just take your own stuff off of your flash drive. And now it's like, I don't know if I took it off the board or I took a. So take this out first and then go to your travel pack that's still saved on the hard drive of the board and go to utility and highlight that utility. Make sure you're highlighted on your drive so you don't do nothing crazy. Um, In fact, let me lock this so I don't do nothing. Okay. Go to the travel pack that you loaded in yourself. Go to utility and then delete it, and then press OK. Um, Now I'm not going to hit it, but that's normally what you would do if you want to take it off of the board that you're just a guest in that church for, so you don't leave your sounds behind, and so that they're just wondering what you're doing, and you actually have it here. When you loaded it in, and make sure you take this out first so you can assure that you're not just deleting your own stuff if you misread this down here. Because RDD is going to be your stuff, HDD is going to be the hard drive and the internal board. So yeah, so as far as everything else, that's pretty much it. And I pretty much showed everything in this video, so you can just watch this whole 30-minute video, and that'll set you up for what the travel pack actually is. If you would like a copy, I'm probably gonna put it at $25 per travel pack, and just let me know, and I can send you the file, and you can load it on a flash drive. Make sure it's FAT32 formatted. That's FAT32 formatted. All right. Thank you.